Hello, my gorgeous Scorpio. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, and it's in between the 8th and the 14th of August 2022. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, like I always am, of course, but at the beginning of the week, a very unusual situation is actually going to take place. A very unusual situation is going to happen, and you're not gonna necessarily like it, but it's going to be for the best, and I will understand why, and I will understand what I will explain you why, and I will explain you, of course, what this is. At the beginning of the week, you are going to have a little bit of conflict in between you and somebody else. So why is this going to be good for you? Well, for once, because you haven't got nothing in common with that particular person, so it's not going to affect you that much anyway. But for two, which is the really big mama here, which is really important, is the fact that you are gonna be able to understand through that conflict that you shouldn't take things for granted. So this in itself is going to be superb for you, because it's gonna reflect on the part of your life where you are gonna naturally realize that you've fallen into a rut. Now that in itself is going to highlight the need of the actual self-evaluation, but at the same time it's going to highlight the need to recenter yourself. So of course that this is going to be good, and that in itself it's going to bring you a clarity into your life. It's going to start making you feel very positive, very optimistic, because of that particular clarity that you're going to have. And what this clarity is going to bring, it's going to highlight and expose something very specific that was hidden for you for a long time. You're going to become aware of something so interesting at this stage of your life, and that in itself is going to reflect on things that you are very kind of different about. It's going to reflect on things that you are unique, with, and also at the same time it's going to highlight a very specific desire, and that desire in itself, it's going to help you to see the beauty in life. It's going to help you to also understand and realize that this is all down to the actual divine will, and you must at all cost let go of fear at this point in your life. It's all about you going through the actual spiritual evolution, where you need to most importantly set your heart free. At the same time, this is to do with your inner skills being highlighted, but also it's to do with you basically understanding, my gorgeous Scorpioni, listen to me very carefully. You need to understand this, where this is actually going to lead to. So it's just like a very complex week, which is going to start with just like a bit of a conflict, but where this is going to lead, you're going to find absolutely mind-blowing on so many different levels, which is going to reflect on so many different stages in your life that you've been through. Everything what didn't make sense before is going to start make sense. But most importantly, my Scorpioni, you need to prepare for this. Please prepare for what am I going to say. By the time you get to the midweek, you need to understand the money god is about to knock at your door. Scorpioni, the money god is about to knock on your door. Open it and welcome him in. My goodness, did you hear me? It's so important for you to understand this. The midweek, my gorgeous Scorpioni, it's going to bring you the money god who is about to knock at your door. You need to open it and welcome him in. The midweek, you are about to discover an important truth. You need to stand in the light of this truth. What you're gonna also understand through this truth, that the worst is over and the power is within you. It always has been and it always will be. Always follow the voice within. Always follow your intuition, because this is the direct result of you doing things in your own unique way, and this is your big, huge karmic reward coming. So not only that you're going to discover an important truth at the midweek, you're also going to understand that the worst is over. And when I say the worst is over, you will realize how much self-limited you actually were, and you will realize how much self-restricted you actually were. And also at the same time, this made you feel so insecure, and it made you feel so isolated. No, baby, no. This is why you're going to understand and realize that the power is within you. It always has been, and it always will be, and nothing is ever going to destroy it. And that in itself is going to make you aware of a fresh start, because this is all going to lead towards you wanting to explore something very specific, something that you thought that you weren't ready, or something that you thought, something very specific, something that means to you so much. It's to do with what you're working on now, but it's also to do with your like kind of immediate future, but it's also to do with you waiting for the right moment. No, baby, no. You go when you want to go. You do what you want to do when you want to do in this life, and that is going to bring you the greatest beauty ever. Not only you're going to become aware of two amazing paths ahead that you did not think that they're going to become so important at this stage in your life, but it's all about the fresh start and being spontaneous and being like basically realizing and understanding the boundless potential that you're going to be facing. You know, it's about an important opportunity, and it's about you realizing that you are on the right track. You always have been. The experience that you went through and that you experienced over the last 2 or 3 years were meant to be. They were all meant to happen. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to face this situation and understand it from such a high spiritual, elevated level. You are on the right track, my gorgeous Scorpione. This is literally an opportunity time for you, okay? So remember this. This is very, very important for you. By the time you get to the third part of this week, you're gonna like, my goodness, you know, it's all about like you leading the way. Don't let anything to distract you from the outside. And there are gonna be couple of things, couple of phone calls or text messages that you're gonna get, and it's really gonna make you think, and it's really gonna make you wonder. It's really gonna pull a certain amount of your own energy, because it's gonna be connected to the people who mean to you so much. But again, for the love of God, you have to understand that you can only give the certain amount of your energy away. You have to put yourself as number one, especially now, especially in between now, this week, and in between December. In between this week now and in between December 2022, there is so, at the end of December 2022, there is so much that is going to be happening, and it's all going to be about this progress that you're going to become aware of at the end of the week. You're going to become aware of the progress that you're making, because that in itself is going to create a really powerful momentum, and it's going to give you so many ideas. It's going to make you feel really optimistic. It's going to bring fun into your life as well. It's about expansion, but it's also about you leading the way, lighting your own path, you know, understanding that improvements require persistence, but also understanding that, you know, just that you have to stay committed to the plan. Very important indeed, you know, and you're going to start looking forward, you know, to things. And also, you're going to become aware of the actual a certain aspect that you want to kind of learn a little bit more about, study a little bit more about. And this is a lot to do with your own spirituality and going very deep and understanding to read in between the lines and looking at the bigger picture and thinking and focusing and wanting to explore the certain parts of your spirituality. And those are indeed those things that makes you feel so unique, and those things that makes you feel so unique, that you're so unique about, are those things that you have to put on pedestal, you know, when it comes to your life, and kind of like it's something that you should focus on. This is what is going to bring you an ultimate growth. So I'm sorry if this sounds boring to you. You know, it's to do with your spirituality, because the spirituality is all that we actually are. Everything else is irrelevant. Money is irrelevant. This is irrelevant. That is irrelevant. When you understand the deepness of your own soul, the deepness of your your own spirit, everything else becomes irrelevant. And this is what I need you to understand. This is exactly where you are going to be at. So spiritually, you will want to kind of learn more. You will want to educate yourself more. And there is some really sacred knowledge that you are going to gain through someone who really inspires you. You know, there is a sacred knowledge that you are going to gain through someone who spiritually inspires you. And that is going to be really kind of such an amazing moment, because you will know exactly what do you need to do in your life in order to make one of the greatest impacts, you know. The impact on your life that you are going to make with this is just gonna bring so much positive influence towards you, but at the same time it's just going to put you in the situation where you will really find yourself in an element of wonder. And when you start wondering here, you know, it suddenly you are gonna really, on one hand, you're gonna get like into this deep thinking mode. And when you start wondering here, you know, you will see your mind is gonna be going from one thing to another. But then at the same time, this in itself, when you start wondering, your mind is gonna be going somewhere very specific, you know. And I'm saying this wonder, this exploration feeling, it's gonna come from this moment of when you become aware of the fact that you are really gonna make such a huge impact. You will know when this is. You will become aware of the fact that you are going to make, by doing this spirituality thing, you will know that this spirituality thing, it's going to help you in every single aspect of your life. Whether this is to do with business, whether this is to do with money, whether this is to do with finances, it's irrelevant. Every single aspect this is going to help you with. So this is why your spirituality is so important. Give yourself to yourself primarily, and then take it from there, my gorgeous Scorpione. So after that moment in time, naturally, you are gonna start wondering, and you will know, you will be thinking about something very, very specific, you know. And it's like, what do you need to do in order to make an accomplishment? And that in itself, it's really kind of going to really make you aware of the certain timing. But most importantly, it is going to really point towards the certain impulsive mistake. It's going to be keep on highlighting, okay, you can do this, you can do that, but you can't make this impulsive mistake. Please do not make an impulsive mistake. And you will know what this is, because it's going to be suddenly connected to your childhood, to your past, a certain nostalgia. You're going to feel quite nostalgic at the end of the week. And what is nostalgia? It's actually going to bring you. At the moment in time when you feel nostalgic, you need to understand that you must at all costs revisit old plans and old dreams. It's all about you embracing your inner child. Okay, by embracing your inner child, you know, you are also going to protect yourself so much, because you will know exactly what do you need to do at this moment in time. Which steps do you need to take? Indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpione, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.